The security footage, just 23 blurry seconds of a woman in a $50 gown walking away from the world's richest man with an opened envelope in hand, would become one of the most expensive pieces of evidence ever. But before that moment shattered empires, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez believed their fairy tale romance was untouchable. Their Maui wedding was a picture of perfection. Black volcanic cliffs, Thai orchids swaying in ocean breezes, a string quartet over crashing waves, and a guest list full of Hollywood stars, tech moguls, and aristocrats. A display of power and prestige. Bezos looked every bit the conquering founder, while Sanchez, radiant in custom Valentino, glided like a queen claiming her crown. Social media buzzed, calling it the peak of billionaire love. But even the most glamorous fairy tales don't always survive the honeymoon. The first cracks didn't appear through scandals or fights, but in the quiet tightening of financial control. For Lauren, luxury was life itself. Rodeo Drive clerks knew her coffee, fashion houses reserved front row seats before she asked, and Paris trips were routine. Social media amplified her spectacle, turning her billionaire bride image into a narrative that, according to insiders, began to feel like a liability. Gradually, Bezos set boundaries. Fewer invitations, restricted spending, subtle shifts almost invisible to outsiders, but seismic to a woman used to maximum volume. The breaking point came on a high-stakes Malibu dinner. Smiles for cameras, silence in the car. Back in their Beverly Hills home, Lauren demanded answers. Bezos' reply was firm. There would be limits. Then came the envelope, and the silence that would reverberate from boardrooms to courtrooms worldwide.
What followed wasn't just about money. It was power, perception, and control in a marriage where every choice had billion-dollar stakes. The envelope contained more than financial limits. It outlined a drastic restructuring of Lauren's spending, from near unlimited access to a hefty but tightly controlled monthly allowance. Effectively a leash around the Queen of Amazon's world. To outsiders, it seemed absurd. Bezos' wealth dwarfed national budgets. But at this level, money is leverage, status, and dominance. The household shifted instantly. Staff whispered about raised voices and silent retreats. Lauren locked in the guest wing, Bezos in his study. Two kingdoms under one roof, simmering with tension. What began as a financial boundary quickly became an identity crisis for Lauren, who had built her own respected media career long before entering Bezos' orbit, covering breaking news from helicopters and carving a place in Hollywood's competitive hierarchy. She was no socialite plucked from obscurity. Lauren had earned her stripes in cutthroat industries where skill and reputation mattered more than connections. Journalism, aviation, and Hollywood social navigation. So when her new husband handed her a corporate-style memo dictating spending and conduct, it wasn't just insulting, it was devastating. Treated like a subsidiary rather than a partner, the blow reverberated quickly through their elite social circles. Malibu beach clubs, Manhattan penthouses, Hampton dinner parties, all became rumor mills. Observations spread from private equity meetings to Silicon Valley events, even reaching European charity galas. Was this a temporary clash of strong personalities, or the first visible fracture in a marriage not yet a year old? Speculation intensified daily, spreading through elite circles like wildfire. Art dealers, luxury travel consultants, and personal shoppers suddenly faced unreturned calls, vanished bookings, and declined credit cards. Even Lauren's separate philanthropic efforts focused on education and women's empowerment were stalled, with meetings postponed and pledges under review. Media coverage pivoted sharply. Outlets that had once romanticized their Maui wedding now scrutinized control, financial limits, and power dynamics. Entertainment shows dissected red carpet body language, while Forbes and Fortune questioned whether personal turmoil could affect Bezos' Amazon or Blue Origin plans. The Wall Street Journal investigated potential market fallout, and social media buzzed with a mix of gossip and genuine fascination. BezosGate went viral within hours, spawning memes comparing Lauren's shopping to corporate acquisitions and mocking Bezos for enforcing a household budget. Twitter and Instagram dissected every public appearance, from jewelry to restaurant choices, while TikTok creators claimed mismatched outfits revealed hidden tension. Even LinkedIn buzzed with speculation on how marital instability might affect Amazon or Blue Origin. Analysts began factoring relationship drama into financial reports, treating it as a business risk. Beyond digital chatter, their elite social circle fractured. Invitations to exclusive events became selective, and Lauren, once dominant in the Hamptons social scene, suddenly found conversations stop when she entered a room.
Phone calls went unanswered, and social media posts featuring Lauren quietly disappeared as friends distanced themselves from controversy. In circles where proximity to power is currency, even minor involvement carried risk. Country clubs, golf outings, tennis matches, and charitable board roles, all once sources of prestige, turned into subtle arenas of exclusion. Attempts at reconciliation were meticulously staged, but ultimately futile. Curated weekends in Aspen and Martha's Vineyard, private jets to discreet resorts, and high-priced celebrity marriage counselors flown in from Switzerland and California. Even retreats at exclusive spas offered programs tailored to ultra-wealthy couples navigating pressures few could imagine. Insiders said the tension followed them everywhere, an energy neither candlelit dinners nor mediation sessions could quell. Psychological profiles revealed irreconcilable differences. Lauren, driven by visibility and achievement, and Bezos, calculated and strategic, viewing relationships through control and risk. These weren't minor clashes. They were opposing worldviews on autonomy, partnership, and wealth's role in identity. Meanwhile, media coverage intensified. Fashion magazines recast Lauren as a cautionary tale, while business outlets questioned whether personal turmoil could disrupt Amazon's growth, Blue Origin's contracts, or even the Washington Post's editorial stability. These concerns weren't mere speculation. Analysts noticed subtle correlations between Amazon's stock swings and negative headlines about the couple, while trading algorithms began factoring relationship drama into decisions. For a company dependent on investor confidence, even perception carried multi-billion-dollar consequences. Institutional investors quietly probed governance and succession plans, fearing personal instability might affect business judgment. Internationally, space agencies and climate initiatives reassessed plans. Blue Origin prepared for leadership disruption, and the $10 billion Bezos Earth Fund faced potential delays in major environmental projects, all hinging on the founder's personal stability. Blue Origin's international partnerships faced growing uncertainty, as governments across Europe and Asia had invested immense political capital in Bezos's leadership, trusting the stability and vision of his empire. What had begun as a private dispute over spending limits rippled through corporate valuations, elite social circles, major environmental initiatives, and even global space policy, revealing how personal conflict could trigger worldwide consequences. For Lauren, the pain was intensely personal. She felt trapped in a gilded cage, every action scrutinized by advisors, accountants, and financial managers who had never earned the right to judge her. The restrictions weren't about money, they were about autonomy, respect, and control. Declined transactions and questioned purchases sent clear signals across the elite networks she had nurtured for decades, creating a psychological toll far beyond inconvenience. Her sleep faltered, social confidence wavered, and her once vibrant public persona dimmed as friends observed her analyzing every potential purchase or engagement, calculating reputational costs in real time. The security footage captured more than a fleeting marital dispute. It documented the moment private tension erupted into a public spectacle. In just 23 seconds, later leaked by a disgruntled employee who vanished to an undisclosed location, Lauren walked away from more than a marriage, stepping into a legal, media, and social storm that would redefine public understanding of wealth, power, and the hidden costs of relationships. Even before court proceedings began, the message was unmistakable. At the pinnacle of global influence, even queens serve at the pleasure of kings. And some queens, as the world was about to see, refused to serve, asserting their autonomy in ways that would echo across boardrooms, social spheres, and courtrooms around the world.